Once during the holidays, a young boy named Rohan went to spend time with his grandfather. Rohan was feeling uncertain about himself. No matter how much he tried, he felt like he wasn't good enough. His grandfather noticed his sad face and asked gently, "What's bothering you, Rohan?" Rohan sighed and said, "Grandpa, I keep doubting myself. I don't feel confident in anything I do. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even worth anything." Grandfather gave him a soft smile and said, "Come with me. I want to show you something." They walked outside to the old wooden workshop by the garden. There, Grandpa opened a drawer and pulled out a small, slightly battered-looking coin. He held it out and asked, "Rohan, how much do you think this coin is worth?" Rohan examined it closely. It was dull and worn from years of use. He shrugged and said, "It looks old. Probably it's not worth much." Grandfather nodded. "All right. But before jumping to conclusions, let's see how others value it." So Grandpa and Rohan headed to a nearby market. First, they went to a small stationery shop, and Grandpa presented the coin to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper glanced at it and said, I'll give you a small notebook for it. That's all it's worth to me." Next, they visited a local antique store. The antique dealer looked at the coin carefully. His eyes lit up and he said, "This is a rare edition coin from decades ago. I'll pay you handsomely for it. It's worth far more than an ordinary coin." Finally, Grandpa and Rohan returned home. Rohan was puzzled. "Grandpa, why did two different people value the same coin so differently?" Grandfather gently placed the coin on the table and patted Rohan's shoulder. "Because each person saw the coin from their own perspective. The shopkeeper was only focused on his daily transactions. He didn't see beyond its worn appearance. But the antique dealer recognized its true rarity and understood it had historical and collectible value." He then looked Rohan in the eye. "Son, our self-worth is just like this coin. Some people might overlook our potential, only seeing the surface. Others, who truly understand and appreciate us, will see how special we are. The important thing is that you recognize your own value, just like the antique dealer recognized the true worth of this coin." Rohan slowly nodded as realization dawned upon him. "So, I shouldn't measure my worth based on how everyone else sees me. I need to believe in myself first." Grandfather smiled warmly. "Exactly. If you start doubting yourself just because others can't see your unique qualities, you're selling yourself short. True confidence comes from knowing that your value doesn't depend on other people's opinions. It comes from understanding your own potential and trusting in your abilities." Hearing these words, Rohan felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He stood up straighter and looked at the coin on the table, feeling a strange connection to it. "Thank you, Grandpa," he said softly. "I promise I'll remember this lesson every time I start doubting myself." Grandfather ruffled Rohan's hair affectionately. "Good. And always remember, just like this coin, your worth won't fade with time. Only those who understand your value can truly appreciate you." Rohan took a deep breath, smiling as he felt a new surge of confidence welling up inside him. He realized that, just like in the story Grandpa had shared with him, everyone has their own perspective. It's not the outside world that defines us, it's how we see ourselves and how we choose to rise above doubt. The lesson was clear. Your value doesn't decrease because of someone's inability to see your worth. Recognize your own strengths, keep growing, and trust that you're more capable than you might think. From that day onward, Rohan held his head high, no longer weighed down by the opinions of others. He was determined to nurture his self-worth, just as Grandpa had taught him. And with each passing day, every doubt turned into fuel for his growing confidence. Hope this story reminds you to cherish your own uniqueness and trust in your abilities. Keep believing in yourself, and remember, your worth is something no one can ever take away from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.